Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Conviction. Yes, from 2010. We're going back in time, 9 years. Another one recommended to me by my father-in-law. I believe he recommended it to me, and I think it was when we started talking Sam Rockwell. You know, when you start talking about, oh, you got to see this one, you got to see this one. And for some reason, I threw it on my list, and for some reason, I'm going to watch it tonight. Hour and 47 minutes long, but it's 7.2 on IMDb. In addition to that, Hilary Swank is in it, Melissa Leo, and that's all I recognize. Oh, Minnie Driver is also in it. But it's basically, I think a person gets wrongfully convicted, and Hilary Swank plays somebody who decides to put herself through law school to try and get him out. I don't know, that's kind of what I read. But yeah, that's what it says. So he's convicted of murder, and she's trying to get him out, and she puts herself through law school to do it. So they say it's pretty good. I don't know. I'll get into it, tell you what it's really about, if that matches what we're going to see on the screen here, and then tell you what I think. So stick around. We'll see if we have a little diamond in the rough. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Conviction. Sorry, no check-ins, not needed. Pretty much what I told you is the plot of the movie, and I'll elaborate a little bit more. There was no need for a check-in. Hilary Swank and Sam Rockwell are brother and sister in this movie. And Sam Rockwell gets accused of murdering a person in their town. It all takes place in Massachusetts. And Hilary Swank dedicates her life to him. As we mentioned in the beginning, she takes herself, passes the bar, becomes a lawyer so that she can start trying to prove him innocent. So a lot of the movie is that journey of her becoming a lawyer. During that journey, she meets Minnie Driver's character, who becomes best friends and helps her with this. And then when she actually becomes, the whole point of it is about finding the DNA that they believe was Sam Rockwell's character, and showing that it wasn't really him. So that's the whole plot of the movie. And of course, as you can imagine, that there's going to be some other obstacles. It's not going to be that easy. They're going to find us, and that's going to happen. So as I mentioned in the movie, a DA doesn't ever want to admit that they were wrong. So that could be bad. So it's that whole struggle. But one thing completely forgot to mention, this is based on a true story. I love things based on a true story. Didn't realize it until I started watching the movie. And so this really did happen to somebody in Massachusetts. And again, she dedicated her life to him to make sure that, or to at least attempt to get him freed of a wrongly conviction. He was in there for 18 years, I believe. So let's talk about the movie itself. I mean, I think it's an excellent movie. It had everything I like. When I see movies about true story, I love to see it. And for me, I love to see the post-credits, what happened after this, and pictures of the actual people. Check and check. That is in here. So, any true story, that's got to be in there for me to really like it. And then the acting. I mean, phenomenal. I don't always talk about acting. I talk about the plot. I'm more interested in that. Sometimes I could let acting slide. And this one, phenomenal. Completely forget about how talented Hilary Swank was. And probably still is. But it made me wonder, where is she now? I mean, this movie was in 2010. I haven't seen her in anything since, I don't know what the last movie I saw her in or whatever. Boys Don't Cry or whatever. No, but, she was fantastic. They all have Boston accents or Massachusetts accents, whatever. You know what I mean? So I thought that was cool. But she was phenomenal. And now I know I've seen now a lot of movies with Sam Rockwell in it, but he's floating to the top of like one of my favorite actors. He is really good. You've seen some other reviews that I've done. If not, check them out. He is just very, very talented, and he creates characters that you really want to like. I think, and everything I see with him in him, you really want to like the characters that he plays. I mean, it's almost like I'd like to hang out with him a little bit to see if he's like these people, because I believe every actor that takes on a character role, there's a piece of them in there. You know, I don't think they can completely, I don't believe, maybe they completely transform themselves 100% to be somebody different. So I always think there's a little bit of those actors in every character that they portray. And I think he has a lot of that in his characters. And he makes it, he's like a fun guy, you know, funny, all that jazz. Anyway, so the acting was phenomenal. The story was great, and it kept me interested. I was gonna do a quick check-in when I realized that there was like only 40 minutes left in the movie. So I didn't do it a check-in. I just kept watching it. But you know, it shows how Hilary Swank's character, married, 2 kids, ends up either divorced or separated from her husband. I'm sure that had a toll on her, and the impacts that it had on her. The only she was a bartender. My only opportunity, I think, here for this film, I'm sure it's all true, but she was like a bartender, but yet she was able to put herself through law school and then defend him or find evidence or do whatever she was doing in order to hopefully overturn his conviction. I don't know if you can do that on a bartender's salary. It's not like she became a lawyer for a firm and they paid her. She was doing this all on her own. So, you know, I'm wondering, how did she do that? Like, how did she afford to get herself through law school and pass the bar and things like that? And then, you know, then continue to just go out and find this stuff without being employed. I mean, I guess, you know, being a bartender, sure, but still, I mean, she dedicated a lot of her life to this, you know, on a bartender's salary. That's the only thing, my question. If I didn't know it was a true story, I would say that was a flaw in the movie. But I feel that, you know, they had enough to tell that they just left that portion out. It didn't seem that necessary for them. But whatever. Question for me. If you haven't seen this and you don't mind going back in time and seeing a 9-year-old movie, check this out. You know, it's a very, very good movie. It's got you know, great acting in it, a great story, and I truly enjoyed it, if you couldn't tell. So that's it. Father-in-law was right once again. You know, he's not right all the time, just so you know he doesn't get a big head out there. But I'm happy with this one. I'm glad I watched it, and hopefully I turned you on and maybe you want to see it as well. So if you do, leave me comments, subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, all that stuff, and thanks for tuning in to Kimmel's Irish Pub.